Good morning to everyone within the Shiplake family, to pupils, to staff, to support staff, and to any parents who are also joining us this morning. In my recorded message on Tuesday, I said that this week is about normality. Change is difficult, transition takes a fair amount of getting used to, and isolation puts pressure on all of us. This has been our second week of remote teaching and learning, and we've also introduced or reintroduced many of the routines that mark the Shiplake way. Our first live streamed whole school assembly got the week off to a really positive start. Tutor groups are meeting, checks are taking place in houses, social get-togethers are happening. Why do this? Why is this important? And why bother with our end of term service and assembly? Well, all of these things provide a reassuring rhythm to the week, a predictability that offers a sense of security, a sense of certainty when so many other things are uncertain. And that also allows us to continue to nurture the sense of belonging to the very special community that is Shiplake College. And all of this can be summed up in one word: normality. Today will be a mixture of a proper service, an assembly, and also a few messages from some key people to tell you about some of the things that we hope that you will get involved in over your Easter holidays. Don't worry, we will email you with all the details about everything that is mentioned, so all you have to do is listen and hopefully enjoy. So we will start, as always, with the Rev.
Thank you, Mr. Howe. Good morning, everybody. After the darkness of Good Friday, it is the tradition to light the Paschal candle, the large candle in church on Easter Sunday, to bring in the light of the resurrection. So I light this candle for all those who are living through their own personal Good Friday of grief and sorrow or distress. May the light of hope shine into all our hearts. Now I introduce our Head Chapel Warden, Sidney Burnand, and Deputy Head Chapel Warden, Charlie Bradshaw, for our reading and our prayer.
A reading from the Gospel of St. Matthew. After the Sabbath, as the first day of the week was dawning, Mary Magdalene and the other Mary went to see the tomb. And suddenly there was a great earthquake, for an angel of the Lord, descending from heaven, came and rolled back the stone and sat on it. His appearance was like lightning, his clothes were white as snow. For fear of him, the guards shook and became like dead men. But the angel said to the woman, "Do not be afraid. I know that you are looking for Jesus who was crucified. For he is not here. For he has been raised. As he said, come, see the place where he lay. Then go quickly and tell his disciples, he has been raised from the dead, and indeed he is going ahead of you to Galilee. There you will see him. This is my message to you." So they left the tomb quickly, with fear and great joy, and ran to tell the disciples. Suddenly Jesus met them and said, "Greetings." And they came to him, took hold of his feet, and worshipped him. Then Jesus said to them, "Do not be afraid. Go and tell my brothers to go to Galilee. There they will see me."
God of compassion, be close to those who are ill, afraid, or in isolation. In their loneliness, be their consolation. In their anxiety, be their hope. And in their darkness, be their light. Through him who suffered alone on the cross, but reigns with you in glory, Jesus Christ our Lord. Amen.
Thank you, Charlie, and good morning, everybody. Even though the Bishop of Dorchester was not able to join us in person at this time, he has sent us this video message for the entire Shiplake community that I will now share with you.
I'm very sorry not to be able to be with you this morning. I'm very grateful to the chaplain for this invitation to contribute to the assembly at the end of this quite extraordinary term. None of us would have imagined that we would be experiencing what has now become normal, even just a few weeks ago. And none of us, I'm sure, would ever want this to be happening again. Even as I'm recording this, I'm acutely conscious that all the advice coming from the government and their scientific advisors is that things are going to get worse before they get better. And for some of you, I realize that will affect you personally, in your families, and we're all acutely conscious of that. All of which we need to take care of one another, our families, our friends, those around us. But what does faith and the Christian faith have to say at a time like this? The first thing I think is that it acknowledges that the experiences of pain and grief that we're all going through are real. They were for Jesus, and they are for us. He wept over Jerusalem. He wept at the tomb of his friend Lazarus. His disciples, as we shall be remembering through next week, Holy Week, in the events leading up to Good Friday, they were deeply traumatized as they watched the one that they had hoped in first being arrested and then tried and then crucified. The pain and the trauma we have been feeling, which we are feeling, are real. And we never have to be less than real with God. We can be honest with God about how we're feeling. Just go to some of the Psalms and they reflect all of human emotion. But neither Good Friday nor the tomb where they laid Jesus' body were the end of the story. Easter Sunday came, and their lives and the whole course of human history began to be dramatically changed. They only had to wait 3 days. Our wait is going to be considerably longer than that. But the message, I feel, is still the same. Christ has been raised from the dead. Death never has the final say. And that certain hope has the power to transform life now and into all eternity. So God bless you. God bless Shiplake. And I look forward to being back with you in September, hopefully, to swear in the new chapel wardens and the prefects. God bless your families, now and always. Amen.
We thank the Bishop for his message, and now back to Mr. Howe.
Thank you to the Rev, to Charlie and to Sydney, and also to the Bishop of Dorchester. He's a big fan of Shiplake, and we look forward to welcoming him back when school gets running again. He mentioned the installation of the chapel wardens in September, and my first announcement this morning is that the head chapel warden for next year will be Krista Scott, and the deputy head chapel warden will be Jack Rundell. So well done to both of you. Now, during this enforced lockdown, it is really important that we look after our own well-being and also the well-being of others. And I know that you're doing that already, and your tutors are doing a great job in terms of keeping in touch with you. But Mr. Brown is going to speak to you in more detail about well-being at this time.
Good morning, everybody. You'll be pleased to know that I won't be singing for you this morning. However, I would just like to pick up on one or two things that the Bishop said. He said that now more than ever, we need to take care of each other. We need to be patient with each other. That's quite a tall order at the moment when we're living side by side. It's pretty intense. Please, I urge you all just to be patient and to care for each other. Take care as well for your physical health. Sleep is really important. as we approach the holidays, try to get enough sleep, try and get into a routine. Holidays are times when perhaps we lose our routine, but again, now more than ever, I think routine is important, and keep exercising. Little things, do the little things together, have family time. I've rediscovered jigsaws, board games, card games, really old fashioned, I hear you say, but they're good fun, and they're a really good chance for families to sit around a table and to share special times together. And of course, keep in touch. Talk to those immediately around you, but keep in touch with family and friends further away from you. Follow me on Twitter at Shiplake Welfare. I post loads of stuff, lots of very, very good mental health advice from really well recognized and respected charities. Also lots of little infographics. And you never know, just one little piece of advice there might help you through these difficult times. As the headmaster's already said, as the holidays start, we intend to stay in touch with you guys. Housemasters, if they haven't already done so, will be sending a message to parents within the next couple of days. And housemasters and tutors have promised that they will touch base with all pupils at least once a week. That might be through email, it might be through group chats. And of course, as ever, if you have concerns, please share them with us. Email us anytime. We're not closing down for the holidays, we're here for you. And finally, you'd be surprised if I didn't end one of these talks by mentioning #3GoodThings. Have a go yourself if you don't already do it. I've bullied a lot of staff into doing it, and they're really, really active now. Rather than once a week, try and do it once a day. You might struggle for the third good thing occasionally, but I bet you can do it. I challenge you to have a go at 3 good things. And some really exciting news. Some of my colleagues are very competitive, and they're trying to do more than ever. So I thought I'd instigate a new competition and a certificate, a weekly certificate for the 3 Good Thinger. And I'm delighted to announce this week in the inaugural 3 Good Thinger that the winner is Mr. Ed Olhausen. So, Mr. Olhausen, here is your certificate. It'll be winging its way as a shared document to you immediately after this assembly. So I wish you all a very, very happy Easter. I hope you stay safe and healthy.
Thank you, Mr. Brown. Now, I imagine that you're all wondering what your timetables might look like from the start of next term. Well, Mr. Jones is going to give you a flavour of that and also tell you about some academic enrichment programs which are designed to give you some mental stimulation in whatever type of subject area you enjoy most. Sounds scary, but isn't. And over to you, Mr. Jones.
Thank you very much, Headmaster. Good morning, everybody. That's right. I have 2 important academic notices for you as we all approach a well-earned Easter break. First of all, academic enrichment work. You may have seen from yesterday's bulletin that your teachers have compiled lists of additional enrichment work for the holiday, organised by subject and key stage. This is in addition to the work already set on Google Classroom. So please do share this work with your teachers, and if possible, celebrate this with the wider world on Twitter. If you do that, could you please use the hashtags #ShiplakeAtHome and #ShiplakeLearning. And the second notice is, as Mr. Howe mentioned, there will be a slightly revised timetable after the Easter holiday. Well done for adjusting to the demands of these last 2 weeks of distance learning so quickly. And your teachers have been sharing some really wonderful examples of your learning with me. So having successfully delivered online lessons for the last 2 weeks, we'd like to increase the number of these live lessons slightly after Easter, and a new timetable will be shared before the start of term with you. However, please don't worry. There will still be a healthy balance of live lessons and work set for independent study. We're very conscious of the dangers of pupils and teachers sitting in front of screens for hours. For the sake of our well-being, we want to maintain this balance. There will even be live workouts with our very own Mr. Griffiths. Who needs Joe Wicks, eh? Thank you, Headmaster.
Thank you, Mr. Jones. As well as academic enrichment, we also have some more alternative and creative initiatives going on. The first of these is in art, and a big welcome to the head of art. Over to you, Mr. Ramsey, and a very special guest.
Thank you, Headmaster. Hi, everyone. I hope you're all well. Myself and the one and only Monty Walker are going to briefly talk to you about the Shiplake April Art Challenge. Extra details will be communicated via the school's social media platforms, so make sure that you are following Twitter and Instagram so you can take part and find out more. Join in as much as you can with the exciting daily themes. And remember, this is not just for yourselves, it's for parents and it's for friends of the Shiplake community as well. But to explain more, I'll hand over to Monty.
Good morning, Shiplake. For those who don't remember, my name is still Monty Walker, and I'm here to tell you about the pioneering Shiplake April Art Challenge, or SAC for short, where we will push back the art frontiers. Each day a new theme, taking no more than 10 minutes. You and your families go wild and take your imaginative flair in whatever medium you wish. Full details and instructions on social media. Other arts competitions are available, but nothing as prestigious as a SAC. Good luck. This is Monty Walker signing off from Peppard. Back to the studio.
Thank you, Mr. Ramsey, and thank you, complete legend, Monty Walker. So academic enrichment, tick. Creative enrichment, tick. And it's also really important that you get fresh air and exercise. And head of PE, Mr. Walter, is going to tell you about his great idea.
Thank you, Mr. Howe. That's going to be a tough act to follow. Good morning, Shiplake. I hope you're all well and managing to stay active. With many of us confined to our homes, it's become incredibly important to find ways to stay active. Regular exercise has been proven to boost both academic performance and mental well-being, which is really important at the moment. With this in mind, tomorrow we're hoping to launch the first ever Shiplake College virtual park run. As a school, we've got a strong tradition of community and sport, and I'm hoping that we can combine these together and get as many of you as possible to take part. So they include students, staff, parents, and even old Vikings. To join the event tomorrow, simply download the Strava app for free, head to the Shiplake College Club and click join. At any point on Saturday, you can complete a run and upload it to Strava. And to do that, you'll simply just need to take your phone or a fitness watch with you. Our aim is to get people active, and as such, there's no minimum distance or time required. It's simply about participation. However, I do know that lots of you are competitive, so you will be pleased to know that Strava does automatically generate leaderboards for you. You will find more details in the bulletin and on Twitter, so please make sure you are following Shiplake Sports. Thank you, Mr. Howe.
Thanks, Mr. Walter. So sporting enrichment, tick. We have lots of things for you to do already, but there's more. There are a couple of words that you are not allowed to utter over the next 3 weeks. These are the words that infuriate parents more than anything else. And these words are, I'm bored. Those words are banned. And to help avoid any sense of boredom, Mr. Settle has put together a package of co-curricular activities. So over to you, Mr. Settle.
Good morning, everybody. So whilst Shiplake has moved to virtual schooling, you'll see that many teachers are trying to engage with you via the college's social media outlets to keep you busy with activities and sports during this time of lockdown. We've also created a Shiplake Activities Google site, which can be found in the pupil portal and in an email coming out to you later today. It's got lots of ideas of what you can do at home, including some random acts of kindness, which are designed just to make life a little bit more bearable for you and your families. You could also record your own Google site to record the different activities that you've been doing, and do feel free to share these with your tutors and with myself so that we can create some weekly highlights of what's been going on off campus over the next few weeks. I really hope you enjoy these, and I really hope you have a great Easter and can stay safe.
Thank you, Mr. Settle. And yes, if any of you are wondering, that was a pink cuddly hippo on the back of the sofa. And yes, it is Mr. Settle's. Now, there's been a big response to the singing of Bless the Lord on Monday morning and the performance of the four tenors. A few emails have been very complimentary, but lots have said that the pupils could have done an even better job. So let's put that to the test. Bring it on and let's just see. So Mr. Jones, are you still there?
I am. Good morning, Headmaster. That's right. We have the pros with us this morning, and let's see if they can do any better at 8:20 in the morning. So I'm sure they're on standby, and I will share the lyrics with you all. And as on Monday, please do sing along. At the very least, sit up if you can't stand up.
Bless the Lord, my soul, oh my soul, worship His holy name. Sing like never before, oh my soul, I'll worship Your holy name.
The sun comes up, it's a new day dawning. It's time to hear your song again. Whatever may pass and whatever lies before me, and I'll be singing when the evening comes.
Oh my soul, oh my soul, worship His holy name. Like never before, oh my soul, I worship Your holy name. Your rich in love and Your slow to anger. You're great and Your heart is kind. And for Your goodness I will keep on singing. 1,000 years and I ought to find.
Bless the Lord, oh my soul, oh my soul. I'll worship His holy name. Sing like never before, oh my soul. I'll worship Your holy name.
And on that day when my strength is failing, the end draws near and my time has come. Still my soul will sing Your praise unending. 1,000 years and forevermore. Bless the Lord, oh my soul, oh my soul, worship His holy name. Sing like never before, oh my soul, I'll worship Your holy name. The Lord, oh my soul, oh my soul, worship His holy name. Sing like never before, oh my soul, I'll worship Your holy name. Yes, I'll worship Your holy name. Yes, I'll worship Your holy name.
Well done, everybody. I think we are definitely out of a job.
Not a bit, Mr. Jones. That was a good try, but not even close. The 4 tenors still rule, proving that there's no substitute for experience. But thank you, everyone, we're giving it a good go. Now, the final part of this end of term assembly, it gives me enormous pleasure, and that's to announce the heads of houses, the deputy heads of college, and the heads of college for next year. So without further ado, the heads of houses are as follows. In Birr, it's Angus Wood. In Everett, it's Ben Ferguson. In Gilson, it's Radha Pandeva. In Orchard, it's Freddie Whisper Burr. In Skipwith, Sam Green. And in Welsh, Finn Brown. So well done to all of you, and I'm sure that you will be terrific role models for your houses next year. I can also announce that the joint deputy heads of college for the next academic year will be Maddie Aurora, who's Orchard and Gilson, and also Kai O'Hare in Skipwith. And the joint heads of college will be, with the virtual drum roll, Beatrix May from Skipwith and Gilson, and James Burgess from Welsh. Now, normally we get to parade the heads of college out in front of the whole school, and I hope that both Beatrix and James are with us this morning. So first of all, we'll go to Beatrix and say a very, very well done to Trixie. So hello, Trixie.
Hi, Mr. Howe. Thank you so much. I'm so pleased and excited to start my new role next term.
Terrific. Thank you very much, Trixie. Lovely to see you. And also, James, are you there? Well done to you.
I am indeed. Thank you very much, sir. This role is an absolute privilege, and I cannot wait to get back to normality and start my new role. Thank you.
Brilliant. Thanks very much, James. Now, what's really important in these roles is it's one step getting these roles, but it's actually what you do with them when you are in these roles. And I'm really excited that Trixie, James, Maddie and Kai and the whole of the prefect team are going to drive Shiplake to an even better place next year. It's lovely to finish on such a positive note and see lots of smiles. Despite the challenges and disruptions, we've pretty much made it. We've been brave, we've been calm, and we've stepped up when it's mattered. I emailed the Shiplake staff yesterday, and amongst other things, I said that when things are smooth, it's easy to have a smile on your face. But people show their true colours when the chips are down and when they're really tested under pressure. And all the staff here at the college have responded magnificently. And you, the pupils, have reacted and adjusted really well. And we've still managed to keep a sense of togetherness going at the same time. That's why I'm more convinced than ever that our team or community or family, however you wish to refer to it, will come through this period even stronger and even more together than we are already. Since starting as headmaster in September, I found myself saying to so many people, whether it's parents and pupils, whether it's prospective parents and pupils, that there is something really special about Shiplake. I still can't quite put my finger on what it is, but maybe it's actually just something as simple as it's the people. So keep being strong, keep looking after each other, stick together. And I wish you and your families a very happy and a very healthy Easter break. We will be here for you over the next 3 weeks, providing support if you need it. So please, please get in touch, either with your housemaster, your tutor, a teacher, Mr. Brown, or with me. We will continue to support you in the weeks and months ahead. And I hope to see you all again very, very soon. Happy Easter.